Jefferson Robbins with NCWLIFE. You won't just be seeing people's names on your ballot in this upcoming November election. The state law says that a small taxing jurisdiction like, say, Eastmont Metropolitan Parks District cannot raise the total amount it collects through its property tax levy by more than 1% in a year. But there's such a thing as a levy lid lift, which, if a majority of voters say yes, can be raised over that 1% limit. Eastmont Parks wants voter approval to do just that. A spokesperson for the parks and the effort to get that levy lifted is Sally Brawley, who's here with me now. Thank you, Sally.
Thank you, Jefferson. I appreciate the ability to be able to talk about parks.
Sure. And you're in the good position to talk about that. You were the director of Eastmont Metropolitan Parks District from 2011 to 2022. Is that right?
That is correct.
And you made a lot of advances and changes in the park system while you were there.
Yeah.
The park district hasn't always been a park district, so can you tell me a little bit about the history of it?
Yes, before 2004, it was known as a recreation service area, which relied on, I think every 3 to 6 years there was a maintenance and operation levy that needed to be passed. When those started failing and the parks, Douglas County at that time said, went to the voters along with the city of East Wenatchee to asked if the voters would approve a Metro Park District, which they did, and that then enabled a certain portion of property taxes to be collected to go to Parks and Recreation.
So the Parks District comes into existence. Can you tell me about Eastmont Parks and the services and the facilities that they're providing right now?
Right now, I guess maybe the biggest one I can think of off the top of my head is the Eastmont Pool, which was built basically as an outdoor pool in 1973, covered as an indoor pool in 77, and so now becomes one of about 3 indoor pools that we have here in the area. And that is ongoing all the time. Everybody uses the pool year round. Probably our newest facility is Eastmont Community Center, which we were very fortunate to be able to acquire I want to say it was, I don't have that. It was when I was the director. I think it was during COVID. Let's see, 2021. Okay. Funny how we calculate things off of what was before, what was after COVID. Anyway. So yes, that has grown to be a really big deal. It's a community center in East Wenatchee. Able community members can rent it for whatever they need. Then there's all the facilities that are included in Eastmont Parks, everything from the ball fields, which Eastmont Youth Baseball uses, to the pickleball courts, to the futsal field, which is highly popular and used all the time, to the soccer fields, to the playground, to the splash pad, which is the only splash pad in Douglas County currently, to all the other parks, from our newest park, Cherry Hill, which was, I was fortunate enough to be a part of developing that park off of 9th Street, which is the newest park in East Wenatchee, to Kenroy, to Telford, also the Pangborn Memorial up at Fancher is owned and operated by the parks, and also the Park District is responsible for basic maintenance and garbage pickup along the Loop Trail within the city limits.
And there's lots of programs that are offered through the Parks District
also.
Oh
my gosh, all the recreation programs from basketball to day camp, very, very big, very popular day camp, which is held out of our community center. And then all the other individuals, from art to yoga to you name it, yeah.
The current budget, or the most recent budget for Eastmont Parks, is $1.8 million in 2024. What's the current levy rate that gets us to that budget, and what do you want to see it change to?
Right now, the levy rate is 15 cents per thousand, and the Prop 1, what we're asking for, is an increase of 7 cents to up to 22 cents per 1,000. So that will get the parks solvent for the next few years. Chances are in about 10 years we'll need to come back and ask for another increase, because As anybody who is a junior taxing district knows, the levy rate goes down every year. And that has to do with a lot of factors. So when your community grows and business comes in and more people are paying into a levy, the levy decreases. And when it decreases as a junior taxing district, you hope that there's enough growth to absorb that decrease so that you have more coming in, so it stays stable. And like for 21 years, it was stable. The Park District started at 25 cents per thousand when it was established, and now it is at 15 cents per thousand. So in 21 years, it has gone down because East Wenatchee has grown over the last 20 years. So you can see it's not a huge amount. It goes down little by little every year. So the 1% that you're allowed by state legislature to increase your levy never really hits because it's going down faster than the 1% can bring it back up. But what's happened here in the last 20 years is that the expenses has increased to an amount that the revenues coming in don't meet the expenses going out. And those aren't huge expenses, those are minimum wage. Minimum wage has gone up faster than revenues can absorb it. Payroll, and so with minimum wage, that's payroll taxes go up. Just cost of business goes up. The pool equipment, the pool chemicals, everything has increased exponentially more than what your revenues are.
Construction, basic maintenance, all of that.
Everything across the board. And then there's the unforeseen and unbudgeted things that happen that causes, that takes your revenues that you just are not expecting and didn't realize.
Can you tell me, Sally, the last time that the levy rate was raised in the Parks District?
It has never been raised.
Not in 21 years?
No. This is the very first time that we are coming to the public and saying, hey, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it unless we can raise it to 22 cents. The Parks District will not survive it at 15 cents. There's no way.
So what happens then if it does not pass, if the 15 cents remains the maximum that you can collect? Do you have to do layoffs? Are there facilities that close?
Correct. All of the above. There will be staff cutbacks. There will be, the pool will close. And Eastmont School District uses that pool for their swim program. So that's a big hit right there.
And lots of members of the public are there whenever there's open swim?
Yes, yep, and they give lessons there, and that's a big hit. But the pool is, in order to maintain the parks, where are you going to cut? You're going to cut some of your facilities. So the pool is the first on the chopping block. The splash pad. The splash pad with the new levy, the new tax, the new utility tax that the city of East Wenatchee has on all of the utilities within the city limits. That splash pad cost $6,000 more a month to run because of the tax on the water. So that splash pad will either be gone completely or drastically reduced in hours that it can run.
Has the Park District have, in say its comprehensive plan or its future planning, expansions or new programs that it wants to bring forward that would not be able to go forward without this increase?
At this point in time, I believe Matt Hines, who is the Director of Parks currently, is working on his new comprehensive plan, but until we know whether or not this levy lift is going to be approved, you can't really move forward with much of anything. So right now, everything is on hold. Got to know if you're going to have a future before you can start putting any time and effort into planning that future. You got to know if you're going to be there.
Are you hopeful that this levy lid lift will pass, Sally?
We need 50%. So it's not a supermajority, we're very grateful for. We're hoping that it will pass. We're hoping that the people of East Wenatchee and surrounding areas see the benefit of parks, understand that it is the heart of our community, that they don't want to see facilities close or recreation programs be reduced. They don't want to see people lose their jobs. Parks and recreation is a part of our history, and we want to see it continue and be able to have something valuable to pass down to our children. People are in the parks all the time. They walk their dogs. They enjoy the greenery that we have, the open green spaces, the ability to gather and recreate. It's used all the time. The picnic shelters are used all the time. So, I mean, there's hardly a month, even in the full-on winter, people are out in the parks. So, yeah, I think people hopefully will see that, hey, we need to help them out. We need to pass this.
Broadly speaking, Sally, what do parks contribute to a community?
Oh gosh, you're opening a huge can there. What can I say? They offer ability for people to gather. They offer ability to be inclusive to everyone. They offer the ability for people to just breathe. You know, when you are in a job situation and you just need to get away, and you don't need to go clear up to the woods. We're blessed here in Wenatchee. We have so much recreation around us. It's outside our door. But parks provide a way for people who are, maybe they live in an apartment, they don't have a car, they walk to their local park. They're able to get outside and have some sense of community. And so, yeah, I think parks are extremely valuable, extremely.
Well, Sally Brawley, former director of the Eastmont Metropolitan Parks District, now an advocate for the levy lid lift effort.
Friends of Eastmont Parks.
Thanks a lot for being with us to talk about this.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
You're watching the NCWLIFE channel.